Have you ever looked at a website or a funnel and you've just loved the design, and then you've wondered maybe what colors are they using, what fonts are they using, and how big are the images that are used throughout the site? Well, in this quick video, I'm going to show you 3 plugins that you can have on Chrome and even the browser itself that you can use to find out the answers to all of those 3 things. So let's go to the computer now and take a look. So I found this website here from Jack Canfield, and this is like a page just selling his course by the looks of it. And it looks quite a nice design, and I think, wow, I really like the color scheme of this. Maybe I'd like to use it for one of my sites. And also the fonts match really well, like, you know, these here and this here looks good combination. Obviously we don't want to copy the entire design, but we just want to take elements from it to help us with our own. So the extensions then, I'm going to move this browser down a teeny bit here so you can actually see what they look like, the little icons. The first one for picking a color scheme and finding out the colors throughout the site is this one here. You can just see it there. It's a little color dropper, and I'll put a link underneath the video so that you can go and grab it as well. Works with Chrome. I'm using the Brave browser actually, which is basically Chrome. And then you can just click Pick Color from Page. And as you scroll over, you just give it a second, and then you can see it appear at the top of the window there. And it gives you the RGB code and also the hex code, which is the one with the little hashtag. And you can literally just pick colors anywhere, even from fonts if you want to. If you just get the cursor exactly on the font that you want, you now know what it is. I mean, this color here is really, really nice. So let's just hold that mouse over there a second, and we can see if we can track it down. You can see you've got there it is, just there. So it's like 21, 151, 174 with RGB. So that's how you can do that. This color here as well is kind of a nice bluey gray. That's a very commonly used one, that 255 to 55. If you're a geeky web guy like me, you know that. But you can just click on it, and once you've clicked on the actual color and you've got the sample, it gets recorded, and you can see up here where it's got picked color history. You can then see all of the colors that you've previously used and collected throughout your designing, and you've gone around and you've just sampled numerous websites, and then you just click on it there like that once you've found it, and then you can just copy like the hex code or the RGB code and then paste it into whatever it is that you're doing when you're designing your own funnel or your web page. So very easy to just go back and grab those colors, and it saves you having to keep sampling again and again and again. So this is a really good little system. I must admit, I haven't played around with some of the other things here that I've kind of just noticed. I've only ever used that to go and sample the colors from stuff, but it looks like there's like a web page color analyzer here. So it looks like it's going to go through the whole page and then pull out all of the color codes that have been used in the CSS, the cascading style sheet. But I'll just cancel that for now. And then the next thing that you might want to know, especially when you're putting your site together, you like a certain design, but you're not quite sure what size an image is. So when you go to create the image, you're a bit like, oh no, how big should I have it? Now with website images, you should never have a gigantic image and then shrink it down to fit the area that you want, because you're really forcing the browser to load a huge image, which could be nice and small. It could be the exact size that you see on the screen there. Now you can see I've just right clicked on there just now, and then there's a little plugin that just says View Info. And there it is. It tells us the exact dimensions of that image right there. So it's 477 by 318 pixels. And what we can do is we can go into something like Canva, and then we can create the image the exact same size as that if we wanted to create a section that looked something like this. And it just saves us, making the mistake of having a too large an image and then trying to squash it and make it fit and basically ruining the design of the page. So you can find out the image size like that. And then also there's another way of doing things as well, where you can right click on the browser and click Inspect. And I'm using Brave, as I mentioned. And then it just has a little look through like all the code and everything. And we can see there, I've just found that image. I've just hovered over it. And it says there, again, that it is 477 by 318 pixels. And it even tells you like the file size, 62 kilobytes. So that is a really good quick way of doing it as well if you don't want to use the browser plugin. I'm going to put a link underneath the video, as I said, for that. Now, the next thing that you might like is a certain font. So this one here, for example, we want to know what that is. I like Fonts Ninja, and the reason I like Fonts Ninja, it's a free plugin, is because you can set up an account and save all the nicest fonts that you come across. So here it is, it's the little icon just up there. So I click on it now and it's going through the page and having a little look, seeing what fonts are used. And then we can see, like this one here is called Barlow. And then we've got Open Sans, which is obviously very common. We've got Oxygen, which looks to be this one here. In fact, if you mouse over the font now, it tells you right there. So this one is Barlow. The size of it is 44 pixels. It even tells you like the spacing there, or the line height, 57.2, and then the width and so on. So you can recreate that exact font for your site if you like it. And then there's also an install button next to each of the fonts. So you can simply click on them and just get them straight onto your PC or your Mac so that you're able to then use them throughout your sites and stuff. And then we got Montserrat there, or Montserrat, which is a really commonly used one. Great looking one there. So look, if we scroll down now, any of these we want to know. So it looks like they're using Barlow for the headings and then Oxygen for most of the texts. And then there's some other bits and pieces here, different sizes of Barlow. And it's a good idea not to use too many fonts on a page. It's one of the things that ruins web page design, is having multiple different types of font. Usually 2 or 3 is the best amount to have. And also if you're loading them from Google Fonts as well, then the more fonts that you load into the page, the slower it will make your web page load and things. So it's much better to just only have 2 or 3, not only for the look and design of the web page or a funnel, but also from the point of view of loading speed. So there you go. Now you know how to find out the colors used in any web page or funnel. You know how to find out the image sizes so that you can recreate the same image size, and you know how to find out any fonts that are used throughout any web page as well. So I hope you found that video useful. If you did, please do like it. Subscribe to me for more useful tips like this. And if you're interested in setting up your own funnel agency, your own web design business, then you might find that the white label funnel agency, which you might be able to just see down here, that I operate, is going to be for you. It's basically a shortcut to opening up your own 6-figure agency using all of my funnel templates so that you can quickly launch a really successful business in this exciting industry of web design and funnels. All right, well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in another video.